Hi, and welcome to Why Australia. This is Lisa Rossmeissl, owner of Boomerang Escapes and certified Aussie travel specialist with Australia Tourism. We are back for another Sunday afternoon episode of Why Australia and why you should be traveling there. Today's topic is going to be about their 9 philosophies and how to experience them. But before we dive into the details on that, let's get our word of the week. Our word today for Aussie lingo is mate. Mate means friend, buddy, the great Australian leveler. Anyone can be your mate, from the Prime Minister to the bloke next door. Also an affectionate term for a close friend. G'day mate is G'day mate is a common Aussie greeting. So for you, my mates out there, and my friends here on Facebook at the Australia Travel Expert page. As you know, these 9 philosophies I'm going to talk about today are truly part of the reason that I fell so in love with this country on my first visit. I visited the country for the first time in 2011, and after that one trip, spending 2 weeks in this destination, the place, the people, the experiences, it truly changed my life, actually shifted my entire path of where I was going in life. Just this one trip based on this wonderful country and why it is my specialty in my travel field, why I still do other destinations, but this one certainly has captured my heart, and a piece of me will always be in love with Australia. And the Aussie Tourism Board has created a new campaign going forward. It's part of what the whole There's Nothing Like Australia. And part of that is these 9 philosophies and how to experience them. And I'm going to just mention them to you today and share with you some of my experiences that exemplify these philosophies. So the first philosophy is get off the beaten track. And truly Australia is designed for that, with its rugged outback, abundant coastlines, vibrant cities. There's so many ways to get off the beaten track. Probably one of my favorite ways, and I know I've talked to you about, I've written about it, is my hiking of Kings Canyon. It's truly a place where you discover the unexpected. It is in the Northern Territory, not too far off from Uluru, Ayers Rock. Makes for a wonderful couple night stay. It is really off the beaten path. There is no Wi-Fi connection there, so be prepared. But this hike we did around the rim of the canyon, and also going down and discovering this place within the canyon that they call Garden of Eden, because most of the canyon is the rugged red rock. And then all of a sudden you find this place with the lush growth and vegetation and the water running, and that's what they call the Garden of Eden. It's truly magical experience. The second philosophy, a stranger is a mate. So the word I picked today, of course, I picked mate to tie in with this. And it is truly down there. Really, anybody everybody's very open, very friendly. It's one of the things I absolutely love. It is so easy to talk and meet with Australians, but it's also incredibly fun to get up close and personal with the wildlife. One of my favorite experiences, and I had been dying to do this, was while in Perth on Rottnest Island and meeting very close and personal the happiest animal in the world, the quokka. The quokka loves to take photos with you. I actually had a quokka decide to come over. I was wearing my brown 3 season coat. He decided to curl up in my arm, even though we're not supposed to touch them. He climbed into my arm. It was the most sweetest, incredible thing. These animals, they're not, are not afraid of humans. They're isolated to this island just outside of Perth in Western Australia. But truly an experience to see how friendly they are, and make a mate with a person, make a mate with an animal down under. Shoes optional is philosophy number 3. They like to be in touch with nature, connect with the world. I would say one of my favorite experiences, and it truly was a shoes off experience, was on Fraser Island off the coast of Queensland. And we were doing a day tour of different spots, but we went to Eli Creek. And at Eli Creek, even though the water was kind of cold, just took everything off, had just the t-shirt, the swimsuit. Sorry about that. We've got a visitor. We're just going to leave it go. And then step in the creek, and you can walk the length of the creek. It's not so deep. So shirt up, walk the length of the creek. You can tube it. It is kind of icy, at least the time of year I was there, because it was more a winter time. But again, just really digging those feet in literally, and getting in touch with nature is one of the great experiences in Australia. Philosophy number 4. If you've got it good, share it. And the Australians so believe in sharing what they have with you, the world. Life is better and bigger when you share it. Again, that whole giving philosophy, and being thankful for what you have. They have such an abundance, not only of seafood and other things, different places you can visit. Tasmania would be a great place for seafood. I know one of my favorite experiences was my first try of barramundi. Again, this was up in Queensland, a whitefish. But they are not, of shortage, and they will give. And that's truly the nature and why you fall in love with these people in this country. Philosophy 5, live like you mean it. So that means they do value, they face life with optimism and energy, try something new and exciting. So that's what, live like you mean it. Kind of that whole thing, live like it's the last day of your life. They kind of really embrace that. And I have to tell you, my experiences down there have put me on the edge of my comfort zone many a times, doing things that I might normally be afraid of. But one of the most exhilarating experiences that I had not too long ago was swimming with the whale shark off the coast of Western Australia. And I mean, just the excitement of being in this water and these, huge things swimming right up, and they're just beautiful. But really talk about the adrenaline and being able to experience something like that so close and personal. I mean, and I can't tell you too, there were other experiences of being in national park and coming across a whole mob of kangaroos, walking through the sea lions in Kangaroo Island. There are just so many things, but really probably the most exhilarating and keeping me on the edge to date down there probably was this. And I've actually even had a client do the shark cage dive, or other clients do the Crocosaurus, where you go in there and get down in the water in a glass cage with the crocodiles. There are just so many things to really get your heart pumping when you're in Australia. So live like you mean it. Number 6, the no worries. I picked up this phrase since I've been down there. You will hear me say no worries. It's their whole approach to life. At the end of the day, let it go, let it be. One of the favorite things would be to maybe just get out and experience the city life, the rooftop bars. One of my favorite things to do, I've done this several times, is I love a pub crawl through some of the oldest pubs in the Rocks in Sydney. Just getting out there and enjoying the evening with the Australians, my friends that I'm traveling with. It's just a superb time, and just forget the worries of the day, right? Have that cocktail. Philosophy 7, have a story to tell. And I tell you, this is, they have the Aboriginals, of course, with the Dreamtime, and the Dreamtime stories go back over there thousands of years. It's the oldest stories of the living land. And for me, I've done a Dreamtime walk. I did that up in Mossman Gorge area, up in the Daintree Rainforest. But one of the most incredible stories for me, and really getting in touch with this, was a visit again to the Northern Territory. And I know I've shared this in the past, where I actually was ill, and we happened to be on a tour where we were learning about how the Aboriginals use the plant life, how they make their weapons, their jewelry and everything. But we had a healing smoke. They did a healing smoke ceremony, and I did that. And I also was given a jar of medicine, and actually using these things that have been for histories that come from the earth, and it actually healed me. I didn't end up needing to see the doctor. And I also love to buy their artwork, particularly the dot art, because it has so much hidden meaning behind it, and it tells the story of their lives. So there's many opportunities like that to really learn the stories of the people, learn the history of the country, develop your own stories as you interact with the people down there. So incredible. The eighth philosophy, life balance. We all are always looking for that balance. They really do it well down there. They do value hard work, but they also think it needs to be balanced with play. So like for me, I know something that's come out of me. It's work hard, but play harder. It really is that down there. It's the take a break. There's so many wonderful spots. Something as simple as walking into one of the gardens, or there's the Floridad Festival in Canberra, the Capital Territory. But one of my favorites, again, just because I've spent so much time there, is Sydney, and I love to take a break in the Botanical Gardens. It's an easy walk, usually from my hotel. It's very cool. The benches have been donated and have the names on it, but I can just sit on a bench and watch the people, look at the harbor, and just check out and really get that balance in my life. And it's very meaningful, and and I've incorporated a lot of that since coming back from there, to remember to take a break and enjoy what's out there. And last of all, the ninth philosophy is savor the Australian flavors. And while their food is really not caught up in like tradition, their food is more caught up in the ingredients, with just a plethora of ingredients that they can access from the waters and the land, the people who grow them and make them, and then the incredible background settings to enjoy these meals. I have to tell you, one of my most incredible dining experiences was with my son when we were on Kangaroo Island, and we had this luncheon set atop the hill on Kangaroo Island, looking out over the water at one of the bays, and we could see down there a school of fish, and then we could see actually a shark following this school of fish, and it's just incredible. We also, ate in the outback, had a fish cookout on the grill that they made for us under a tent in the outback. Another fabulous experiences is just how I remember a meal on Fraser Island, and they told us about all the native ingredients, and then how they incorporated those native ingredients into the sauces and different things, the berries and things like that. They really do kind of do that whole farm to table thing throughout the country, and really this backdrop settings of where you can enjoy this music. Oh, another fabulous one was Under the Desert Moon in Kings Canyon, and you actually are served a meal outside under this moon, and again, incredible eats, again using and incorporating some of the natural ingredients that are native to Australia within the seasonings and meal plan. It's just truly, and on these 9 philosophies that I've just gone over with you, I'll just recap them quick again. 1, get off the beaten track. 2, a stranger is a mate. 3, shoes are optional. 4, if you've got it good, share it. 5, live like you mean it. 6, no worries. 7, have a story to tell. 8, life balance. And 9, savor the flavor. Again, I tell you, I hope you can feel it. This really I felt, and I have such passion for the country, and these are reasons why. This is the life of Australia, and this is why you should go to Australia and just feel that and bring it back with you. If you have any questions on planning and creating a custom itinerary, which is exactly what I do, create a custom itinerary for you so you can have some of these experiences, please reach out to me either via comments, via private messenger. Email is lisa@boomerangescapes.com. I'm happy to have a phone session to initiate planning for this beautiful destination, amazing experiences, and quite frankly, life-changing. So when you're ready, give me a call. This is Lisa Rossmeissl, owner of Boomerang Escapes. Thank you for visiting us on Why Australia. Take care, and we'll see you in the new year.